Suho stood on the bridge of his ship, the beautiful Chaos. Around him, crew members worked at their stations. The ship was hidden in a valley, waiting for the signal to launch. "Captain," said his communications officer, "all ships report ready." Suho nodded. "Tell them to prepare for random launch sequence. No pattern, no formation." Across the world, 500 ships like Suho's waited in secret places. Each captain had the same simple orders: attack alien ships, cause confusion, don't follow patterns. In space, the collective's white ships moved with perfect coordination. They formed exact grids above Earth's cities. Inside each ship, aliens prepared to deploy to the surface and begin building their education centers. High Commander Vex watched Earth from his command room. "Begin landing sequence," he ordered. "Standard deployment pattern Delta." At that moment, his screen flashed red. "Commander," an alien officer reported, "we detect energy spikes from the planet's surface. They appear to be—" The officer stopped as his instruments showed impossible readings. "This cannot be correct. The readings show 500 launch sites activating simultaneously, but in completely random order." Vex moved to the screen. "Impossible. No military launches without coordination." Across Earth, human ships burst from hidden places. They shot upward at different speeds and angles. No two ships followed the same path. On the beautiful Chaos, Suho watched his tactical display. "All ships engage at will. Remember Tahi's strategy. Be unpredictable." Vex stared in shock as the human ships approached. They followed no battle formation he recognized. Some flew straight at his fleet. Others moved in spirals or zigzags. Their attack patterns made no sense. "Order our ships into defense pattern Alpha," Vex commanded. The collective's fleet arranged itself into perfect rows. Their weapons locked onto the approaching human ships. "Fire on my mark," Vex said. 3, 2. Before he could finish, the human ships suddenly changed direction all at once, but each ship changed in a different way. Some went up, some went down, some spun in place. "What is this?" Vex demanded. "Their movements follow no logic." The collective's weapons fired but hit mostly empty space. The human ships were not where they were supposed to be. Then the human ships opened fire. Their weapons were strange, not the usual lasers or missiles. Instead, they fired glowing blue orbs that moved in unpredictable paths. When the orbs hit collective ships, they didn't explode. Instead, a shimmering field spread across the white hulls. Inside those ships, chaos erupted. Navigation systems showed multiple conflicting locations. Communications played backwards or in random orders. Weapons systems activated and deactivated without commands. "We are under attack by unknown technology," Vex reported to the collective's central command. "Request immediate tactical analysis." In her underground lab, Hannah watched the battle on screens. "The uncertainty engines are working," she said to her team. "The field is spreading through their ships faster than expected." Each uncertainty field expanded, touching other collective ships. Soon, 20% of their fleet drifted in confusion. Tahi directed the battle from Earth's main command center. Unlike traditional command rooms with one leader giving orders, this room had 50 young officers. Each controlled 10 ships and made independent decisions. "Group 3, change tactic now," Tahi said. "Do something they haven't seen yet." Group 3 ships suddenly powered down, appearing dead in space. When collective weapons targeted them, the ships burst back to life and attacked from new angles. Vex watched in horror as his perfect fleet fell into disorder. "This is not war," he said. "This is madness." "No," said a voice behind him. Vex turned to see Talon, the observer who had studied Hannah. "This is human warfare," Talon explained. "They use chaos as a weapon." Outside, 3 collective ships collided, unable to predict each other's movements inside the uncertainty field. "We must retreat and recalculate," Vex decided. "All ships withdraw to safe distance." As the white ships pulled back, cheers erupted across Earth. The first battle had been won. But Suho didn't celebrate. "They'll be back," he told his crew, "with new tactics." This was just the beginning. The battle around Earth lasted 3 days. Human ships and their defector allies fought with wild, unpredictable movements. The collective's perfect formations broke apart trying to counter attacks that followed no pattern. But the collective had numbers on their side. For every white ship destroyed, 3 more took its place. Earth's forces were slowly pushed back. On the 3rd day, Suho called an emergency meeting on the beautiful chaos. Hana, Talon, and Tahi joined by video link. "We can't win by just fighting their ships," Suho said. "We need to strike at the heart of their power." Talon pointed to a star map. "There is a central world called Harmonia. It's the first planet the collective settled. Something there controls their obsession with order." "What is it?" asked Hana. "I don't know," Talon admitted. "No ordinary citizen is allowed to visit, but all major decisions come from there." Suho looked at his battle-worn crew. "Then that's where we need to go." Director Jinwoo was not pleased with the plan. "You want to take our best ship and crew away from Earth during our greatest battle. If we find what controls the collective and change it, we end the war completely," Suho explained. "Earth's forces can hold the line here while we strike at their core." Finally, Jinwoo agreed. Suho prepared a small strike team. Himself, Hana, Talon, and a mix of human soldiers and defector aliens. They would take the beautiful chaos on a dangerous mission deep into collective space. Tahi created a path through enemy lines. "Your ship will appear to be destroyed in battle," she explained. "But actually, you'll slip away during the chaos of fighting." The plan worked. During a major clash, the beautiful chaos vanished in a large explosion. Everyone thought it was destroyed. But the ship had activated its new cloaking device, becoming invisible as it slipped past the collective's fleet. The journey to Harmonia took 4 days. They traveled through parts of space humans had never seen. Talon guided them past sensor arrays and patrol ships. "Harmonia is very different from other collective worlds," Talon told them. "It has no cities, no people living on the surface. Just one massive structure at the center of a huge empty plain." When they reached the planet, they saw he was right. Harmonia was perfectly round and smooth, with one giant white building in the middle of a flat continent. "We can't land near the structure," Suho said. "Too many defenses. We'll set down in the mountains and go in on foot." The strike team left the ship hidden among rocky peaks. 12 people, 6 humans, and 6 defector aliens began the long walk toward the central building. Hana carried a special version of her uncertainty engine in a backpack. As they got closer, they saw strange things. The ground was perfectly flat, as if shaped by machines. The air had no wind. Even the clouds stayed still in the sky. "This world isn't natural," Hana said. "It's like everything here is forced to be orderly." "Look," Talon pointed ahead. The entrance. The central building had one door, huge and white, with no markings. No guards stood outside. None were needed. The door would only open for those with proper authorization. But Talon had brought something valuable. Commander Vex's access codes, stolen during the moon base attack. "These might work," he said, "but Vex may have changed them by now." They approached the door carefully. Talon entered the code on a hidden panel. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then, with a soft hiss, the massive door slid open. Inside was a long white corridor. The walls glowed with soft light. The team moved forward silently. "I feel strange," one of the human soldiers whispered. "Like my thoughts are being straightened." Hana nodded. "Something here affects our minds. It's pushing us toward order." At the end of the corridor, they found another door. This one opened automatically as they approached. Beyond it was a vast, circular room. In the center stood something none of them expected. Not a weapon or a throne, but an ancient machine. It was huge and made of metal that looked thousands of years old. Lights blinked across its surface in perfect patterns. And seated before it was Vex. "Welcome," he said without turning. "I've been expecting you. All chaos eventually comes to confront order. It's the way of things." Suho raised his weapon. "What is this place? What is that machine?" "That," said Vex, "is the architect, the source of all order in the galaxy, and the reason why your chaotic ways must end." 20 days after first contact, the giant white ship returned. This time, it hovered over every major city on Earth at the same time. People looked up in fear as smaller ships dropped from the main vessels. Director Jinwoo stood in the United Nations emergency room. Screens showed the alien ships worldwide. His gray hair was neat, his eyes sharp behind simple glasses. "They're back early," said President Han. "We still have 10 days. They never planned to give us the full 30 days, Jinwoo said. "That's the difference between them and us. They follow their plans exactly. We expect plans to change." The room's doors opened. High Commander Vex walked in with 6 identical aliens. They moved in perfect unison. "We have reviewed our observers' reports," Vex announced without greeting. "Your species is more problematic than we first assessed." Jinwoo stepped forward. "I am Director Jinwoo of the United Earth Council. Captain Kim is on a mission." Vex ignored this. "Your chaos is not just in your systems. It is in your thinking. You deliberately create disorder. You teach your young to question, not obey. You value differences instead of sameness." "Yes," Jinwoo said simply. "That is human nature." "Nature can be corrected," Vex replied. "We have decided you require immediate intervention." A hologram appeared, showing plans for huge structures on Earth. "These are orderly education centers," Vex explained. "All humans will report to these facilities. You will be taught proper thinking. Children will be raised in separate facilities to learn order from birth." The room was silent. Jinwoo studied the plans, his face calm. "And if we refuse?" he asked. "Refusal indicates dangerous disorder," said Vex. "Dangerous disorder must be removed." He paused. "Your choice is simple, correction or elimination." Jinwoo nodded slowly. "How long do we have to decide?" 3 days. Construction begins on the 4th day. After the aliens left, Jinwoo called an emergency meeting. Leaders from around the world joined by secure video. "We must appear to cooperate," Jinwoo told them. "Agree to their demands. Meanwhile, our real plans continue." In her lab, Hannah worked without stopping. Her team had moved underground. Talon no longer watched them. The observers had all returned to their ships after filing their reports. "The uncertainty engine is ready for testing," Hannah told Suho and Do-yoon when they visited. "But I don't know if it will work at full scale." "It has to," Suho said. "Show us." Hannah led them to a large chamber. In the center sat a glowing blue machine. It hummed with strange energy. "This creates a field where quantum uncertainty becomes visible to the naked eye," Hannah explained. "Inside the field, probability itself becomes fluid. Nothing is fixed. Everything exists in multiple states at once." "How does that help us fight?" asked Do-yoon. "Their entire civilization is built on perfect order," Hannah said. "They cannot function without it. This weapon doesn't destroy their ships. It destroys their ability to think." On the other side of the world, 19-year-old Tai, he sat in a room full of military officers. Despite her youth, everyone listened carefully as she spoke. "Traditional battle formations won't work against the collective," she said, pointing to a screen showing alien ships. "They fought thousands of species. They know all standard tactics." "What do you suggest?" asked a general. Tahi smiled. "Chaos is strategy. Each ship acts independently. No patterns, no formations. Every captain makes their own decisions based on simple goals." "That's madness," said an admiral. "It's not how fleets work." "Exactly," Tahi replied. That's why they won't expect it. On the third day, Jin Wu stood before the United Nations. Cameras broadcast his speech worldwide. After careful consideration, he said formally, Earth accepts the orderly collective's guidance. We will begin preparations for the education centers immediately. As he spoke, underground bases around the world hummed with activity. Ships were loaded with Hana's uncertainty engines. Soldiers trained using Tahi's chaotic tactics. Engineers built weapons that worked on random principles. In orbit, the alien ships began to move into position for the construction phase. They believed us, Jin Wu told Suho privately. Now we have maybe 12 hours before they realize we're lying. 12 hours is enough, Suho said. It's time to get ugly. The giant ship appeared in Earth's sky without warning. It was smooth and white, with no rough edges. It hung above the United Nations building in New York, like a perfect pearl. Captain Suho Kim stood at attention in the emergency meeting room. Around him, world leaders and military chiefs talked in fast, worried voices. At 42 years old, Suho had seen many battles. His calm face had a small scar above his right eye. His black uniform was clean and pressed. Captain Kim, said President Han, you will speak for Earth. Your record shows you make good choices under pressure. Suho nodded once. I understand, Madam President. Screens around the room showed the alien ship. It had not moved or sent any message for 6 hours. Then suddenly, a blue light shot down from the ship to the ground. They're here, someone whispered. 3 tall figures walked through the United Nations doors. Guards stepped back, guns ready but not firing. The aliens moved with strange, perfect steps. All 3 looked exactly the same, gray skin, no hair, 4 arms, and faces with no expression. The middle alien spoke in perfect English. I am High Commander Ordinator Vex of the Orderly Collective. We have watched your planet for one of your Earth years. We find your species problematic. Suho stepped forward. Welcome to Earth. I am Captain Suho Kim, chosen to speak with you. What do you mean by problematic? Vex's head turned exactly 45 degrees. Your species thrives in chaos. You have no central government. Your nations compete. Your markets rise and fall without control. Even your art celebrates disorder. This cannot continue. The room grew quiet. Suho kept his face neutral. That's how humans live. We find strength in different ideas and approaches. Incorrect, said Vex. The galaxy has order. 342 species follow our ways. The Orderly Collective has brought peace for 50,000 years through structure and rules. Vex touched a device on his arm. A hologram appeared, showing planets with cities of perfect circles and straight lines. This is civilization. Your world can join us. We will help you remove the chaos. And if we prefer our way of life, asked Suho, then you will be removed. Vex said these words without anger or threat. He stated it like a simple fact. Chaos spreads like disease. We cannot allow it. President Han stood up. You come to our world and threaten us with destruction. We have not attacked you. Your existence attacks order, said Vex. Your species solves problems through random inspiration. You value what you call creativity and innovation, concepts that damage proper function. We offer you structure. We offer you peace. Suho looked at the alien's perfect face and saw no room for compromise. How long do we have to decide? 30 Earth days. We will return for your answer. Vex paused. Know that all species eventually see the wisdom of order. Some require more convincing than others. As the aliens turned to leave, Suho suddenly laughed. It was a short, sharp sound in the tense room. Vex stopped. All 3 aliens turned at exactly the same moment. You find this humorous. I find it interesting, Suho said. You've traveled across space to tell us to be more like you. But look at Earth's history. The things that made us strong came from embracing the unexpected. We don't just survive chaos. We use it. Impossible, said Vex. Chaos cannot be used. It must be eliminated. Then you don't understand humans at all, Suho said. When things get messy, when systems break down, that's when we're at our best. You've brought chaos to our door by showing up here. We bring order, Vex corrected. Suho smiled. No, you've just started a fight. And when humans fight, we get ugly. Vex stared at Suho for 12 silent seconds. 30 days, he repeated, then turned and left with the others. In the silence that followed, President Han moved next to Suho. Did you just threaten the aliens who could destroy our planet? Suho watched the blue light take the visitors back to their ship. No, Madam President, I just told them the truth. The perfect white ship moved away, becoming a dot in the sky, then vanishing. Get me our best scientists and military minds, President Han told her staff. If they want order, let's show them just how creative human chaos can be. Suho nodded. The fight for Earth had begun. Suho kept his weapon pointed at Vex. Explain. What is the architect? Vex stood slowly. For the first time, his perfect face showed a hint of tiredness. Long ago, before the collective, there was chaos throughout the galaxy, Vex said. A civilization more advanced than any other created the architect to bring order to their world. But it worked too well. It didn't just create order, it erased all chaos. What happened to them? Hannah asked. They died out, Vex replied simply. Without chaos, there was no creativity, no new ideas, no growth. Their perfect society became frozen in time. Talon stepped forward. But you still use it. You still force its order on other species. Vex nodded. After that civilization collapsed, survivors from many worlds found the architect. They believed the first users failed because they didn't commit fully to order. So we formed the collective to spread perfect order throughout the galaxy. Suho lowered his weapon slightly. You're slaves to this machine. We are its guardians, Vex corrected. For 50,000 years, we have protected the galaxy from the dangers of chaos. Hannah moved closer to the ancient machine. It hummed with power that made her skin tingle. It's trying to order my thoughts, she said. I can feel it pushing against my mind. Suho felt it too, a soft pressure urging him to stand straighter, think more logically, follow rules. This is wrong, Hannah said. Order and chaos need each other. Like day needs night, like life needs death. She unslung her backpack and took out her uncertainty engine. Vex stepped forward quickly. Stop. You don't understand what will happen if you disrupt the architect. We're not going to destroy it, Hannah said. I'm going to change it. She placed her device next to the ancient machine. The small blue box looked strange beside the massive metal structure. This creates quantum uncertainty, the most basic form of chaos in the universe, Hannah explained. Not to fight order, but to balance it. Vex moved to stop her, but Suho and the team blocked his path. Let her try, Talon urged Vex. I've seen what humans can do with chaos. It's not what we were taught. Hannah connected her device to the architect. Blue energy flowed into the ancient machine. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the architect's perfect lights began to flicker in new patterns. The room shook. On screens around the walls, they could see the battle at Earth. The perfect formations of collective ships suddenly broke apart. Not in defeat, but in confusion. What have you done? Vex whispered. I taught it balance, Hannah said. The architect now understands that too much order is as harmful as too much chaos. The ancient machine's hum changed to a new sound, no longer a single note but a complex harmony. Through the screens, they watched as the battle at Earth stopped. Ships from both sides hung in space, weapons quiet. The architect is sending a new message, Talon said, his eyes wide. It's telling the collective that humans were right all along. In the days that followed, a strange peace settled across space. The collected ships withdrew from Earth. Their rigid society began to change as the architect's new influence spread. 3 months later, Suho stood before the United Nations as Earth's new ambassador to a changed galaxy. "The collective is no more," he announced. "In its place is a new alliance, one that values both order and chaos, structure and creativity. They're calling it the Harmonic Coalition." Hana had stayed on Harmonia, working with both human and alien scientists to study the architect. Under her guidance, they were learning how to balance the machine's power. Tahi established a new academy where young officers from Earth and former collective worlds trained together. They learned tactics that combined the best of both approaches, the stability of order with the adaptability of chaos. And Talon became the first of many former collective members to visit Earth as students rather than invaders. They came to learn the art of controlled chaos, the beauty of unpredictability. Director Jin Woo smiled as he watched children from both worlds playing together in a park. Their games had rules, but also freedom and laughter. "They brought chaos," he said to Suho, "and we showed them how to get ugly with it." Suho nodded, "And in doing so, we all found something better than either perfect order or total chaos." "What's that?" Jin Woo asked. "Balance," Suho replied. "Beautiful, messy, human balance." 3 days after the first battle, Hannah worked inside the largest lab on Earth. The room was deep underground. 50 scientists moved around a massive version of her uncertainty engine. "The small version works on their ships," Hannah told Director Jinwoo and Commander Do-yoon. "But we need something bigger to win this war." The giant machine hummed with blue energy. It was the size of a bus, with strange parts that seemed to exist in multiple places at once. "How does it work?" asked Jinwoo. "It creates a field where nothing is certain," Hannah explained. "Inside the field, the laws of physics become suggestions. One thing can be in many places. Time might run differently. It's pure chaos at the quantum level." Do-yoon frowned. "Won't that affect our ships too?" Hannah smiled. "That's the beautiful part. Humans are used to uncertainty. We thrive in it. Their species has removed chaos from their lives for thousands of years. They can't handle it." In space, the collective's fleet had regrouped. They now had over 1,000 ships surrounding Earth. The damaged vessels had been repaired. Their white hulls gleamed in the sunlight. On his command ship, Vex met with the collective's war council. 6 aliens sat in perfect formation around a table. "The humans use unpredictable tactics," Vex said. "But all chaos can be understood with enough data. We have studied their attack pattern. We will not be surprised again." One council member spoke. "What about their strange weapons?" "Our scientists believe they use quantum uncertainty principles," Vex replied. "We will adapt our shields to resist these effects." On Earth, Suho prepared for the next battle. The beautiful chaos had been upgraded with Hannah's new weapon. The ship looked different now. Blue energy pulsed through lines along its hull. "This is our most important mission," Suho told his crew. "We must get close enough to their main ship to activate the uncertainty field at full power." Tahi joined him on the bridge. At 19, she was the youngest person there, but everyone listened when she spoke. "I've created 50 different attack plans," she said. "Each ship captain has a different plan. No one knows what the others will do. Not even us." Suho nodded. "Perfect. The more random we appear, the better." In orbit, the collective fleet detected the approaching human ships. "They attack again," Vex said. "But we are ready. Deploy the new formation." The white ships arranged themselves in a complex pattern. It looked random but followed a mathematical formula designed to counter the humans' chaotic movements. "They're trying to match our chaos," Tahi observed from Earth's command center. "But they're using math to do it. They still don't understand." The battle began. Human ships darted between the collective's vessels. This time, the aliens were more effective. Their new formation allowed them to predict some of the humans' movements. "We're taking losses," reported Do-yoon from his ship. "They've adapted." Suho pushed the beautiful chaos forward, straight toward Vex's command ship. All power to engines and shields, he ordered. We need to get closer. Vex watched the approaching ship on his screen. Focus fire on that vessel, he commanded. It appears to be their flagship. Energy beams struck the beautiful chaos. The ship shook violently. Shields at 40%, reported Suho's officer. We can't take much more. Just get me in range, Suho said calmly. The beautiful chaos pushed forward, taking hit after hit. When it was just 5 kilometers from Vex's ship, Suho gave the order. Activate the uncertainty engine. Maximum power. Hana, monitoring from Earth, watched her readings spike. It's working, she shouted. The field is expanding. A massive blue wave spread out from Suho's ship. It engulfed Vex's command vessel, then expanded to cover more ships. Within the blue field, reality itself seemed to waver. On Vex's ship, systems failed in impossible ways. Navigation showed they were in 5 places at once. Communications played messages from the future and past. Crew members reported seeing multiple versions of themselves. What is happening? Vex demanded. For the first time, his perfect voice showed fear. The uncertainty field grew larger, covering nearly half the collective fleet. Inside the field, their perfect order collapsed completely. Retreat, Vex ordered. All ships withdraw immediately. As the collective fled, Suho allowed himself a small smile. Tell Hana her weapon works, he said. And tell Earth we just got a lot uglier. 2 weeks after the attack on the moon base, Suho sat in a meeting room on his ship. Across from him was someone unexpected, an alien from the collective. But this alien looked different. His perfect gray skin now had colorful patterns painted on it. His uniform was wrinkled and messy. Your name is Talon? Suho asked. Yes, the alien replied. His voice had changed too. It had rises and falls, like human speech. I came to help you. Suho was careful. Why would you help humans against your own people? They are not my people anymore, Talon said. When I studied Dr. Hannah Park, I began to see things differently. Your chaos, it has beauty. It creates new ideas. The collective only copies old ones. More surprising news came from around the solar system. Small groups of aliens were leaving the collective. Some sent messages to Earth asking for help. Hannah studied these messages in her lab. They call themselves Chaos Converts, she told Jinwoo. They say they've always questioned the collective's perfect order, but were forced to hide their thoughts. Can we trust them? Jinwoo asked. I trust Talon, Hannah said. He risked everything to bring us information. The information Talon brought was valuable. He showed them maps of the collective's homeworlds. He explained their technology and battle plans. Most importantly, he told them about the collective's greatest weakness. They cannot handle surprise, Talon explained to Earth's leaders. Their minds break when too many unexpected things happen at once. Tahi had an idea. We should bring the defectors into our battle groups, she suggested. Mix alien technology with human unpredictability. That's crazy, said an old general. We can't trust them in combat. Exactly why it will work, Tahi replied with a smile. The collective will never expect us to fight alongside their own kind. Director Jinwoo approved the plan. Across Earth's fleet, defector aliens joined human crews. They brought knowledge of collective systems and tactics. Humans showed them how to think creatively, how to improvise. 1 month after the moon base attack, the collective sent a new message to Earth. Vex's face appeared on screens worldwide. Your chaos disease spreads, he said, his voice now showing clear anger. Members of our society are becoming infected with disorder. This cannot continue. The screen showed a massive fleet approaching Earth, the largest yet. Thousands of white ships filled space. This is our final solution, Vex continued. We will remove the infection completely. Suho prepared Earth's combined fleet. Human ships now had alien technology added in strange, creative ways. Some had shifting hull plates that changed shape randomly. Others had weapons that fired in unpredictable patterns. Most interesting were the ships crewed by both humans and defector aliens. These vessels moved in ways the collective could not predict. They used collective codes to confuse enemy ships, then attacked with human chaos tactics. On the bridge of the beautiful chaos, Suho welcomed Talon as his new advisor. Hannah had come aboard too, bringing her latest uncertainty engines. The collective doesn't understand what's happening, Talon told them. Their society has never faced internal division before. They don't have words for rebellion or change of mind. That's their weakness, Hannah said. They think in absolutes. Everything is either perfect order or dangerous chaos. They can't see the beauty in between. As the massive enemy fleet approached, Suho sent a message to all Earth ships. Remember, no standard tactics. Every ship chooses its own path. Every captain makes their own decisions. That's how humans fight. The defector aliens added their own message. We were taught that chaos brings destruction. Humans showed us that chaos also brings creation. Today we create a new future. The collective fleet entered Earth orbit, arranged in perfect battle formation. Their white ships formed mathematical patterns so complex they looked like snowflakes in space. Suho looked at his mixed human-alien crew. Show them how ugly humans can get when we're fighting for freedom. The battle for Earth's future began. Order versus chaos. Perfection versus creativity. Control versus freedom. Dr. Hannah Park did not look up when her lab door opened. She was too busy watching the small machine on her table. It made soft humming sounds as lights blinked across its surface. "Excuse me," said a flat voice. Hannah jumped and turned around. A tall man stood in her doorway. At least he looked like a man, but something was wrong. His skin was too smooth. His eyes didn't blink enough. His suit was perfect without a single wrinkle. "Who are you?" Hannah asked. "This is a secure lab." "I am Talon," he said. "I have been sent to observe human scientific methods. Your government has approved my presence." Hannah frowned. It had been just 3 days since the alien ship appeared. Now one of them was in her lab. She picked up her phone and called Suho. "Yes, he's authorized," Suho told her after she explained. "The world leaders decided to cooperate, for now. We need time to prepare. This alien will watch you work. Show him how humans think." "But my work is secret," Hannah said. "That's the point," Suho replied. "Show him what human chaos looks like. Make him confused. We need to learn about them while they learn about us." Hannah put down her phone and smiled at Talon. "Welcome to my lab. I study quantum uncertainty." Talon walked with perfect steps to her workbench. Quantum mechanics follows precise mathematical rules. "True," said Hannah, "but those rules include randomness and uncertainty. That's what makes it so useful." Talon watched as Hannah turned back to her machine. She deliberately knocked over a cup of pencils. They scattered across the floor. "Oh, how messy," she said, not picking them up. "Does disorder bother you, Talon?" "Disorder is inefficient," he replied. Hannah smiled. "Is it? Watch this." She pressed a button on her machine. A small ball inside a glass box began to bounce randomly. Sensors tracked its movement. "This is a quantum random number generator," she explained. "It creates true randomness. We use it for encryption that can't be broken, for simulations of complex systems, even for testing new medicines." "But randomness is the enemy of understanding," Talon said. Hannah laughed. "For humans, randomness is a tool. It helps us find new patterns." She typed on her keyboard, and the numbers from the ball's movement formed shapes on her screen. "See," she said, "beauty from chaos." Over the next week, Talon followed Hannah everywhere. He watched her work late into the night. He saw her spill coffee and discover a solution while cleaning up. He observed her team argue loudly about theories. then combine their different ideas into something new. Hannah made sure to be extra human around him. She played loud music in the lab. She changed her mind suddenly about experiments. She encouraged her team to take wild guesses and follow hunches. Each night, Talon returned to the small alien ship hidden in the mountains. He sent reports to the orderly collective. His reports became longer and more confused as days passed. On the 8th day, Hannah found Talon staring at a whiteboard filled with equations. "This formula," he said, pointing. "It's wrong." "Is it?" Hannah smiled. She erased part of it and rewrote it differently. Sometimes a wrong turn leads to the right place. "Illogical," Talon said, but his voice had less certainty. That evening, Commander Du-Yoon visited Hannah's lab. His uniform was crisp, his face serious. "How is our guest?" he asked quietly while Talon was in another room. "Confused," Hannah said. "And that's good. The more they don't understand us, the better chance we have." Du-Yoon nodded. "We've tracked 19 more observers around the world, all watching our most creative people, artists, scientists, even children playing. They're trying to understand our chaos," Hannah said. "Yes, and that's our advantage." Du-Yoon showed her a tablet with plans for new weapons. "We're building ships that don't follow standard patterns, battle systems that use randomness, things they won't expect." Hannah looked at her quantum machine. "I need 2 more weeks. Then my uncertainty engine will be ready for testing." "You have 10 days," Du-Yoon said. "Their deadline is coming." When Talon returned, he noticed the serious looks on their faces. "Is there a problem?" he asked. Hannah smiled brightly. "Not at all. Just another day of beautiful human chaos." 1 week after the second battle, Director Jin-Woo called a meeting of Earth's leaders. They gathered in an underground room with maps showing the positions of the collected ships. "They've pulled back to the moon," Jin-Woo said. "But our scouts report they're building something there. Something big." Suho studied the images. "They're making a base. They plan to stay and keep fighting." "Then we must take the fight to them," said Commander Do-yoon. "But how? Our ships don't have enough power to reach the moon and fight." Captain Min Seo stepped forward. She was tall and confident, with short black hair and sharp eyes. "We don't need to send big ships," she said. "Send many small teams instead." Tahi nodded in agreement. "Small teams can move faster. They can do unexpected things. The collective thinks in terms of large organized forces." Jin-Woo looked around the room. "What's your plan, Captain Min Seo?" Min Seo pointed to the map. "Give me 20 small ships and 40 soldiers. We'll hit their communication center first. Without that, their perfect order falls apart." The plan was approved. Across Earth, similar small teams formed. Each had a simple goal but complete freedom to achieve it however they wanted. On the moon, the collective worked with perfect efficiency. Thousands of identical white buildings took shape. At the center stood their main communication hub, a tall tower that connected all their ships and soldiers. High Commander Vex walked through the new base with Talon. "The humans cannot reach us here," Vex said. "We will build our strength and develop countermeasures against their chaos weapons." Talon wasn't so sure. During his time on Earth, he had learned not to underestimate humans. "They are very creative," he warned. "They might find a way." "Impossible," Vex replied. "Our calculations show they lack the technology for a lunar assault." That night, 20 small human ships left Earth. They were strange vessels. No two looked alike. Some were fast and sleek. Others were bulky with heavy shields. They flew in no formation, taking different paths to the moon. Min Seo led the first team. Her ship was painted black with red stripes. It carried 10 soldiers and a small uncertainty engine. "Remember the plan," she told her team. "We don't attack together. We attack from everywhere. Create maximum confusion." As they approached the moon, 3 collective patrol ships spotted them. "Intruders detected," reported an alien officer to Vex. Small human vessels approaching from multiple vectors. Intercept and destroy. Vex ordered calmly. They pose no serious threat. But the human ships did something strange. Instead of trying to avoid detection, Min Seo's ship sent out a strong signal. It blared human music, loud rock songs with heavy drums. "What is this?" asked a confused alien officer. Other human ships created different distractions. One released thousands of small metal objects that reflected radar. Another broadcast false signals that made it appear like 100 ships instead of one. The collective's defense system became overwhelmed with confusing data. While their ships chased these distractions, Min Seo's team landed on the dark side of the moon. Phase 1 complete. Min Seo reported to Earth, beginning infiltration. Her team moved quickly across the lunar surface. Instead of wearing matching spacesuits, each person wore different colors and shades. Some had added strange decorations. From a distance, they didn't look like a military unit at all. When they reached the communication tower, Min Seo divided her team again. 3 different entry points, she ordered. Make as much noise as possible. One group planted small explosives on the east wall. Another cut power lines on the west side. Min Seo's team approached from underground, using drills to create a tunnel. Inside the tower, alarms blared from multiple locations. The perfectly ordered alien defenders didn't know which threat to address first. "The humans are attacking everywhere at once," an officer reported to Vex. "Our forces are dividing to respond." "No," Vex shouted, showing emotion for the first time. "It's a trick. They want us to divide. Maintain formation." But it was too late. The collective soldiers had already spread out, trying to address each alarm. This created gaps in their defense. Min Seo's team reached the central communication room. They planted Hannah's uncertainty engine in the center. Device activated. Min Seo reported as her team retreated. Time to get ugly. The engine powered up, spreading quantum chaos throughout the communication system. Across the collective's lunar base, order collapsed into beautiful human chaos.